All right, I'm the Flat Rate Master, and today we're talking about changes in latitude, changes in attitude. So recently, Jimmy Buffett passed away, RIP, but he did a song called Changes in Latitudes, Changes in Attitudes. And I thought this would be a good subject to talk about toxicity in the shop. Now, in some of my videos, shop owners have accused me of being toxic. There's shop owners that will say instantly a technician goes toxic, they need to get rid of them, for the good of the shop. Toxic people in general that are just going to be toxic. Doesn't matter the situation, doesn't matter how good they have it, doesn't matter anything, they're going to be toxic. Those are cancer and need to be removed. But let's talk about environmental issues causing toxicity. Employees that turn toxic after several years is environmental. And nobody was going to convince me of that otherwise. There's something going on that has changed that caused them to be toxic. And I will give plenty of examples of that. But if you think about the vast majority of the population, and I'm not one of them, is they will just deal with a problem. They won't say anything, especially when management shuts down anybody else complaining about a problem. And most people will just fester at a problem because it will just eat at them. Those issues will continue to build up and build up because they're not being addressed. Most shops are very, very poor at addressing problems within an ecosystem. Oh, well, we're doing it this way because I'm the boss and that's how we do it. Been told that in comments, by the way. You just shut up and do what you're told, grease monkey. That's a toxic environment for that employee. Not fixing issues that are prevalent and obvious will cause them to turn toxic. And getting rid of that employee will not alleviate the problem. All it's going to do is push it off for another day. And that's what I need to talk about, is because that's the solution almost every shop owner I've talked to thinks about. Is they have an employee turn toxic, get rid of them, shove them to the curb, get a new person in there, fix the issue. Except they don't. And I am a perfect example of that. What I mean by that is I got out of a very toxic environment. I can't complain about anything. My wife and kids have commented about it. I'm not pissed off about anything. Atlanta traffic, whatever. Oh, dog just took a dump on the floor. Oh well, clean it up, etc. It's amazing to me how much a change in environment changes your attitude. That's the takeaway from this video, is if you have a problem with every couple years, employee blows up, goes toxic, it's not the employees that have the problem. It's you. It is the shop. You have a toxic environment that you are not addressing. And all you're doing by getting rid of that employee is putting a Band-Aid on the gaping chest wound and not fixing the issue. It's simple as that. I'll use an example I used in a forum post the other day. Oh, you've got a car that comes in with a dead battery every couple weeks. Just put a new battery in it. Don't diagnose the, draw on it. That's what most shop owners do. When they have an employee turn toxic, they chuck them to the curb because, culture, and they don't fix the issue that caused the problem in the first place. A lot of shop owners are former techs. We all know how techs are when it comes to people skills. They're usually not the best. We'll take that as a manager, and he's being told by every other manager he knows or shop owner that you have to cut that cancer out right away. All he's doing is putting a Band-Aid on a gaping chest wound in his business. He's not addressing what's causing the problem. And that's what you need to do, is you need to figure out why employees in your shop, I've seen it. I saw it at my shop. I took a lot of BS over the years at that shop and watched every couple years we'd cycle in, new employees. A couple would turn toxic. Some of them, moved on of their own volition. Others stuck around. I stuck around and got fired. You know, there's been other people that have left because of the same kind of issues that aren't being addressed. And that's what the shops need to do, is they need to stop throwing out an employee that was good for many years and really dive down into what is causing it. Now, admittedly, it could be 100% personal issues. You could have an employee that's going through a rough time in their marriage, their relationships, you know, substance abuse, everything else. There's always other issues that could be causing the issue in your shop, and without you knowing, without you investigating, without you diagnosing it, you're never going to fix the issue. You're just going to push it off for another day. And I think that's one thing that most shops really, really suck at. You know, management groups push profit, 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 but they don't really think about the rest of the business in that sense. They just push for more profit, more profit, more profit, and they keep putting more and more on a group of technicians until one of them might get sick of it. You know, it happened back at the old shop. A tech kept getting dumped on, you know, 30, 40 hours that it was expected to turn out in 2 days every week, where he's standing around earlier in the week because nothing's sold. It soured him on that shop. He left. Now he left on his own, but that wouldn't have fixed it by firing him, because the issue still remained. Still to this day, it remains. They still expect, you know, anything gets sold, they want to rock it out that week, no matter what. It needs to go that week. That persists to this day. Everything needs to go. Everything needs to go. And you keep pushing people like that, they're going to break. So it's really important, if you have something like this happening in your shop, you diagnose the problem. It may be 100% unrelated to your business, you know, but if you don't diagnose it, the cancer is just going to come back. So I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, thanks for watching. I am the Flat Rate Master.